Terry McDade, aka the Pirate Hunter, and this is an in-box kit review of MINIART's kit 355-61, which is a European gauge railway track in 1/35th scale from their building and accessories series. On the front of the box it has "This is not a toy," unassembled plastic model kit, 136 plastic parts, length 686 millimeter. That is just a hair over 27 inches in length for people that use the American method of measuring. Side of the box has all the standard warnings on it. MINIART gives their address, phone number, and all this, email out of the Ukraine. End of the box, same pictures on the front. This shows European gauge, and it shows the assembled sections of track. It says 686 millimeter on it. End of the box is the same. I've already had this open. So it has a single sheet of directions which has attention using warnings on it. This tells you here BA times X. BAX8 shows that it has 8 sprues that are identical in here. On this, for a note, it says ×2. It says make 2 pieces. The bottom section of this shows the ties laid out, and each tie has numbers 1 through 5 on it. And what it's doing, it's giving you a sequence of 2, 3, 5, 4, 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 1, etc. on putting them on there, because each tie has different cracks and splits in it, so that you don't have the same identical tie next to each other through all of them that you put on. The bottom of it shows a note that says ×40 on 2 different notes, and on this has a note 1 and a note 1, and that is where your plates, your tie plates, are going to tie the 2 sections of rails together on this. The sprues are 8 sprues in a single plastic bag. As I said, they're all identical on this. On it, and what you have is, when you put the 2 sections of rails together with the tie plates, you have approximately 13.5 inches of rail on each section of 4 sprues, which gives you your overall of 27 inches. Now, on each one of these, it has 2 plates to tie the sections of rail together. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hold down nuts and their clamps that you put on, that's holding the rail down to the ties. You can see here on this, there is a little hole in each one of the metal brackets that would be metal brackets on the ties, where it lines up with, there's some little pins on the bottom of these tracks. They're really tough to see, and they're really tiny, that line up in each one of those holes to line them up on there. The ties are hollow, so if you're doing anything like the builds Hamilcar Barkas did 2, one I believe called Stalingrad Station, and the other was a BT-7 buddy build that he did with Cohen C and a couple of others on YouTube, that he used Trumpeter's rail system on it. I've never had anything to do with it, so I can't say if they're individually put together or what they are on it. So these are, it's a pretty simple kit on it. 27 inches is a pretty good length of rail to put down, a couple rails. So if you're doing dioramas, most of which are smaller, this would give you enough to do 2 or 3 or 4 dioramas, depending on how big you want to make them. Now this is going on a diorama that I am going to try to get built about starting next March, that will use has the rails on it and everything else. The kit looks really good. Like I said, it's really pretty simple. All you got to do is just kind of glue it together. The detail on the cracks in the ties is pretty good. Like I said, they alternate different numbers. Now you can also take the tip of an X-Acto knife, the back edge of it, and make more cracks through these, or you could use a wire brush, something like that. These you can stain and do the different colors on them, the different weathering, things like that. Standard rail painting would be, to do the black on them and the silver on this for the top on it. All in all, it's a really simple kit. There's not much to it. Detail looks pretty good on it. So, real short kit review on this. Not much to review on this. So, as I said, this is Terry McDade, aka the Pirate Hunter. And to quote the great Jerry Springer, take care of yourself and each other. Till the next video that I do, be safe out there.